I wanted to just do a quick warning that everything that I found in this video is on the public domain, has been publicly released and talked about. I don't own any rights to any of this, and this is my opinion and my opinion only. So hello everyone. This is a topic I have been wanting to talk about. I will let you guys know that it is kind of graphic. It could possibly be a trigger warning, okay? An Atlanta couple. It is Jessica Ross and Trevon Taylor, okay? They have been going through a battle because of course, some things had happened in labor that just weren't right, okay? So it seems as though after the year-long battle that the lawsuit was filed alleging that the obstetrician used ridiculous, excessive force while delivering the baby, which left the baby decapitated and deceased, okay? Now, all of the sudden, now everything is coming up, and guess what? It has been ruled a homicide. So let's talk about it. So, Miss Jessica shows up to deliver her baby at the Southern Regional Medical Center, okay? She had went full term. There were no complications. When it was time for her to go to labor, she knew she was going to be delivering kind of a big baby, so everybody was prepared, okay? She says that she was pushing for hours upon hours, and then guess what? All of a sudden, she starts to beg for a C-section because she believes that the baby is in some kind of distress. Instead of them giving her an emergency C-section all immediately, they then wait, and a few hours later, she does eventually have an emergency C-section. So what ends up happening is the baby's legs and body were removed, but the head was actually delivered vaginally. So this is where things start to get a little crazy. Once they announce to the parents that the baby is deceased, the hospital, okay, they do not, all right, allow them to see the baby. They wrap the baby and they bring the baby in and they say, well, you can look, but you cannot touch. You can look, but we can't let you hold them. You can't spend time with the baby. You can't do anything. Jessica says she was in a lot of pain, so she was really, really loopy from after the C-section that they did give her. The boyfriend or fiance, if that's what you would like to call him, says that when they brought the baby in, they had the baby to appear that it was whole, it was wrapped around in a blanket, and the hospital or the birthing center, let's make that clear, the birthing center told them that they would be, handling everything. We'll handle the cremation. We'll take care of everything. We're sorry about your loss. Luckily, the parents were smart enough, okay, to say, no, that's all right. We would like for a person to come and pick them up. We would like a funeral home to handle it. Long story short, once the baby arrives at the funeral home, that's when the funeral home delivers the bad news to the parents, unless the parents know, hey, it looks as though something really, really went wrong because the baby was decapitated. And the parents are outraged, which they should be. Now, a year later, after a medical examiner has taken a look, they have now ruled this a homicide. There are many lawsuits going on. The couple went and did a press conference, and they're saying that they feel as though they were not only manipulated by the doctor, but they were manipulated by the medical center as well. Jessica goes and tells the tale of what she went through. She was in labor for 10 hours, number one. Number two, as she was pushing, she said that the blood, the pain, and everything else had her worried. But she also says that before they began to give her emergency C-section, she was pushing and she could feel the doctor using excessive force. She could feel the pulling. She could feel the tugging. And she said that she then began to wonder what was going on because the monitor that they had around her belly with the baby's heartbeat had stopped. They had told her that they were rushing her into an emergency C-section to save the baby's life, but they knew that there was no way that they could possibly do it because, like I told you earlier, the head was delivered vaginally and the rest of the body was delivered during the C-section. The doctor and the hospital representatives, they did release a statement saying that the baby was kind of large. They were saying that they were having problems delivering the shoulder, and they were using a lot of excuses of why they did not allow them to spend time with the child once it was born. They are using a lot of excuses of why the birthing center offered to go ahead and take care of the funeral and the cremation. They did not want the parents to know what exactly took place. Now that this is all out and it's been ruled a homicide, we don't know where it's going to go. The parents are trying to file different type of lawsuits, and they're also trying to prosecute the doctor by using excessive force during delivery and not, using medical practices that are just, something that should be done. Also at the birthing center was a doula who also knew what was going on, and a lot of other people, but they still continued with the birth. This is a story that I have been following very closely, and I would like to talk about more in the future as we see who gets charged, what lawsuits are filed, and how it does go. I do send prayers out to this family because what a devastating thing to have to go through. I just wanted to bring this to the forefront because this is something that has to do with not only women but children, and this is something that everyone should know about. So I can't wait to see what you guys will have to say in the comments below. Thank you for watching.